in a potential game-changing move. Could Miami Heat President Pat Riley be ready to make a bold statement by targeting Donovan Mitchell? As the Cleveland Cavaliers face elimination in a tense Game 6 against the Toronto Raptors, the landscape of the NBA is shifting and the whispers of trade possibilities are growing louder. With the Heat looking to bolster their roster and provide Bam Adebayo with the support he needs, fans should pay close attention. Where are you watching from, Heat Nation? We want to hear your thoughts on this potential trade, so drop your comments below. The Cavaliers are on the brink, struggling to assert their dominance against the Raptors. The physicality of Toronto has exposed weaknesses in Cleveland's game, particularly in containing their star players like Scotty Barnes and R.J. Barrett. If the Cavs falter in this series, the scrutiny surrounding Donovan Mitchell's performance will intensify, and it's inevitable that teams across the league, including the Heat, will consider making a move. Miami has had its eye on Mitchell before, notably during his time in Utah. However, the asking price was steep, with Riley unwilling to part with Adebayo. Now, the stakes are different. Adebayo is an essential part of Miami's core, but the prospect of pairing him with a talent like Mitchell is tantalizing. Would it be wise for the Heat to pursue Mitchell, especially given the draft history where they might have selected him instead of Adebayo? For Miami, the key to any potential trade would be ensuring it's structured in a way that maximizes their assets. A three-team trade could be the magic formula, allowing the Heat to acquire Mitchell without depleting their roster. After all, we've seen how a well-constructed trade can elevate a team, as was the case with Jimmy Butler. The risk, however, is that a direct trade with the Cavaliers could leave Miami vulnerable, stripped of crucial depth. If Mitchell were to don a Heat jersey, he and Adebayo would undeniably carry the load. There's a compelling argument that Mitchell could thrive in Miami, especially considering the coaching prowess of Erik Spoelstra compared to J.B. Bickerstaff. The synergy between these two could be electric. Mitchell has demonstrated an ability to elevate teammates, evidenced by his assists to Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen. Imagine that same playmaking ability facilitating Adebayo's game in Miami. However, let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet. Even with Adebayo and Mitchell, the Heat would still face stiff competition in the Eastern Conference. Teams like the Indiana Pacers and Detroit Pistons are on the rise, while the New York Knicks and Boston Celtics remain formidable threats. Would a duo of Adebayo and Mitchell be enough to position the Heat among the elite, or would they still be looking up at those teams? Mitchell's skill set is undoubtedly a good match for Adebayo. They could run effective two-man actions, utilizing inverted sets that play to their strengths. Adebayo's versatility as a big man with ball handling skills complements Mitchell's ability to break down defenses. The potential for an explosive offensive partnership is there. The question remains whether it's worth the risk given Miami's current roster and their long-term strategy. Riley and Ellisburg have a pivotal decision ahead. While it may not seem prudent to chase after a big name like Mitchell at this stage of team building, the allure of a player of his caliber cannot be ignored. If he becomes available, it's a conversation worth having, especially considering that stars like him often propel teams to championship glory. As the playoffs unfold and the Cavaliers navigate their own challenges, all eyes will be on Miami. Will they take the plunge and make a move for Mitchell? The landscape of the NBA is always changing, and the Heat will need to stay ahead of the curve. What do you think, Heat fans? Is Donovan Mitchell the piece that could take Miami to the next level? Share your thoughts below, and if you're enjoying this analysis, don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth coverage of your Miami Heat.